Give me back my brothers.
Yeah, what he said.
You don't know what you're talking about, troll.
You're stealing Brozon's talent because you have none of your own, you big phonies.
Okay, we need to leave right now.
In the history of cinema, there's no other concert.
They'll be
on wheels.
referencing this for years.
We kept saying it was like James Bond on mushrooms.
What's up, Outrageous? You didn't think we were just gonna give you a boring old stage show, did you?
That's what we explicitly bought tickets for.
Act 3, the big one.
It's so bonkers. So bonkers.
I know it went through a big change at one point. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about where we started.
We had this other idea for Act 3, but it didn't escalate to something. So finally, after trying it a few screenings, maybe a year in, I said, okay, I got it. Like, waited to talk to any of you guys. I'm like, it's a car chase.
Follow that luxury vehicle.
On it, Bobby.
A musical car chase and a roller coaster ride through this world that we haven't even figured out yet.
We're taking this show on the road.
Oh, man. I'm trying to get through, but they got no respect for the blinker.
It was like all these elements.
Yeah.
And we had no idea how we could do it or how we could pull it off.
Oh, this is too much. I only have my learner's permit.
Yeah, we were already combining a lot of concepts for the world.
Yeah.
And then
Like, can you do a
It was-
concert on wheels?
it was
Concert on wheels, that's
it
it.
was a city in the sky that had no floor, right? And all of the characters were teenagers in bumper cars.
Yeah.
And then we added the concert and a car chase happening at the same time.
I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
So we were like, okay, how do we get an audience to surround the car that they're running after so that it feels like the front row of a concert?
Yeah.
And so we ended up creating these roller coaster roads that had traffic on both sides so you can get the hands up. You know, you see an ocean of hands up at a concert, really close to the villains who are performing that song during the chase. And that became like the thing that got us even more excited. It was so wild. We didn't know how we were gonna do it. And then on top of that, the world was made out of completely new materials, right? Like, we wanted the opposite of Troll Village, where Troll Village is soft and fiber and organic, like plants and trees and moss. This was gonna have none of that. It was all about jewelry and hard facets and gold and glitz and glam. So how are the little felted trolls going to look in this world?
Oh, no. Hold on to your cupcakes.
You've got your trolls that are this big, they're like an ant. And then you've got our world, which is like your house at home. Like that's the difference in our scale here. It was huge, it was multi-layered. And we started at the Rage Dome, where they were supposed to have a concert.
All right, Rageous. Now is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Wasn't it supposed to open up? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't that like an idea we had
That is
before?
so
It
many
was like a
things.
whole- which is
All
still
the things
crazy.
that could have been. Why didn't you do that? Sorry, everybody, I didn't do that.
Well, and we're like, we can't do that. Like, that original idea. That's too crazy.
That's too much.
Yeah, a stadium that opens up, it's impossible. And then we're like, okay, let's do something totally bigger than that.
So then we just did the chase, and we jumped off of that building
Hold her steady, Tiny.
and ended up having this road that circled around it and then kept going with this spiral. Oh my gosh, the spiral was so hard. It took our modeler and our layout department weeks to get that to look right with the camera so that what we're seeing now in the film is this thing that's like literally spiraling. You feel like you're on that roller coaster.
Guys, what does end of the road mean?
If the mini golf was our first challenge with scale, this was like the behemoth of scale. So we had to come up with lots of tricks to be able to make the city render, to make the characters look proper. I don't think I can do it again.
Everyone put your hands up for that tantalizing twosome, Velvet and Veneer!
One of the things I always find fascinating is that the Velvet and Veneer are villains. Most people that I know that have been watching the film, they cannot tell whether we pulled the trick off, but we rigged and set up one character, body and face, and that is all of them. Like Velvet and Veneer are the same body face. All the city is all made up of one character, but we changed the hair, the clothing, the colors.
It's like I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, you do.
We really focused on creating variety in silhouettes. So all these characters that are in the crowd, they're wearing onesies. like pajama onesies, because all the teenagers do that. And the city's only populated by teenagers, so we would give them hoodies, and then on top of that, give the hoodie like different types of ears. The onesies are really vibrant, contemporary color palettes. Some of them have text, some of them have print. And then with the hair, since the characters are made out of like vinyl, they don't actually have hair. They look like clay tubes, like when you're a kid and you're playing with plasticine and you sort of make the pasta. And so the hair had to be almost, we were really building like a toy.
Yeah.
Like, how would you print it?
Veneer, what's with your vibe in your face? Why do you have resting moody vibe face?
No, I know we deserve to be famous just because we want to. But honestly, that dude looks rough.
That was important. It was important for the style of the movie. When we were drawing the boards, it was like, are these humans? Where they know there's no humans in Troll universe, at least not yet.
I always thought that just having that one model, that one rig, like that we would just dress up in different ways was sort of the idea of that world, that it was all very kind of superficial, right? And it's like everyone's kind of the same underneath, you know, but they're all trying to be unique, like teenagers do, you know? So.
Yeah, that quest for fame.
Now, come on. We're about to go from stars to mega stars.
But where we landed with totally unique characters, you know, with a lot of help from Craig Kelman.
Yeah, Craig.
And the 1930s Fleischer brothers.
Yeah, it led to such a fun callback to that style of animation, too. I love what you guys did with the way those villains move. They're communicating these same ideas, but in such an inventive way, like the way they would cross their legs or twist their arms.
Hip, hip, twist, flip.
Our dances sucked.
Of course, yeah, looking at some of that inspiration from back in the day, from old Rubber Hose animation, I think was great.
Vel's always been my inspiration.
My biggest inspiration? I'd have to go with also me.
And I remember talking, Walt, with you and with Tim about this idea of, I think there was kind of like a mandate of just not natural. Could we, you know, have them move around and maybe not see such sharp delineations in terms of like bones? Like maybe they don't have bones per se?
That really helped. It helped tell our story. They were like toys. Like that's at the root of this thing.
Crimp, what are you doing? Why are you always hovering?
I'm standing?
Well, be a good little assistant and go stand in the corner.
Oh, yes.
Do we want to talk a little bit about Crimp, Velvet and Veneer's assistant? That's one of my favorite characters, and she's a very unique species or type of character, and just kind of curious how that came about.
Yeah, she's amazing. This character came in where she was at first kind of a ball of hair to kind of anchor you into the familiarity of the Troll universe.
Oh, it looks like you need a hug.
So Tim Heights drew this little kind of crimped hair thing. Like, okay, that looks like a Troll movie, that'll help. And eventually she became paper.
We took that idea of the little character and circled around it with different materials and different functions and like what makes sense for an assistant to be made out of. And then eventually we got this gift from the studio, I think Valentine's gift.
And the packing paper, right? The packing paper was just shredded
and
crumpled paper.
it was packing paper crimped, like folded red packing paper. And I can't remember if it was Craig or Gina that was like, what if she's made out of that paper?
Crimp, honey, that's not an idea. Those are shoulder pads.
So I went home and made Crimp out of the paper and showed it to Craig, and Craig's like, oh, yeah. And he took that and just added these cool glasses and a little face and little hands, and turned out it was perfect. She was an assistant, like an office assistant made out of office supplies.
It's our tribute to the assistant.
Yeah.
It's rarely done because they help us all go, you know?
Great job, Cringe.
You're smarter than I thought. Now I don't trust you.
That's maybe not a rational response. Please don't put me in the closet.
You know, that just shows you an idea where it comes from. It could come from anywhere.
Like, even from like the first pitch that Tim did, it was like, oh, that character's in the movie. Like you knew it. Like you're like, oh, she's gonna be here for a while.
Wow, this is liberating.
When we come together, there is nothing that we can't do.
I'm still blown away when I watch the film and see all those elements come together. I mean, it starts as just some silly words in a room.
And then some silly drawings.
Oh, well, that's the crazy part. It's a blank slate. We're like, okay.
And everyone keeps building on it, right? Like you start with the words, you guys go to the boards, and really just how you can stretch that out, and art and rough layouts start really kind of building out a city that's fascinating.
We don't have to be perfect to be in harmony. We just have to be as we are. Together.
Then it comes down to you guys, and it's like, how are we gonna?
Well, I think that's always the thing, right? Is that when you hear these pitches, like It's always, for me, it's always like two emotions. It's always that like, awesome, that's so great. Then I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea.
You're smiling and crying at the same time. It kind of looks like it's hurting your face.
It does hurt my face.
I know it's gonna get done. You know what I mean? I just have no idea how we're gonna get there.
People watch the film now and they just come to me and they go, how? I'm like, I don't know.
It just takes lots of hard work and loads of natural talent.
One of the things that I love the most about the Trolls world, or that drew me to it from the very beginning, was just this joy and celebration of music and love and friendship.
Ah! Viva, get up here! We're in the band!
This is my dream life!
I can't imagine people not, dancing and moving around, and having such a great time as they like leave, the theater. Like, it just feels like it ends it on such a joyful, fun note. And I feel like, I don't know, for me, that's what the Trolls films, are all about.
And it does. People are dancing. I would say a lot. Like, what do you get out of a Trolls movie if you go see one? I said, well, I hope you feel better coming out than before you came in.
Yeah.
So, how you feeling?
Happy, grateful.
And it feels like it has that effect.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally see it.